All right, we are not in the podcast studio, but we have been scrambling this morning to get some information out to all of you as quick as we can. We just posted a little bitty short video on social media that took us 18 takes or 20 or 30. I don't know, it took forever, but we tried to go and do it as, which kind of sounds dumb to do. It's like, hey, no, let's save 6 seconds on the video. And let's take an hour to shoot it just to save 6 seconds. Anyhow, whatever.
We were trying to make it concise so that we could get information to you quickly.
Yeah, and
we failed.
And really, since the first video, so we posted a video, and based off the information that we knew at the time, a little bit of information came. It didn't change a whole lot, but it changed a little bit of what we said. So, or made what we said not true. So we had to go back. We deleted that one. Shot another one and just posted it up again just a few minutes ago. But we just want to do an episode. We're not the podcast studio, like I said. We're down here at we're at Spotted Dog, but we're at your shop, your little home base where you tinker and toy and do everything else. So we don't have all the different camera angles, not the big, fancy, expensive mics. This is actually Richard. So hold up. I got you on speakerphone. We're doing a podcast.
Are you doing a podcast?
We are.
You're on it.
You're on it right now. What you got for us?
Okay. Well, that's a home run. Leave it the way that is.
Okay, perfect.
Let that go.
All right.
People actually know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, we just got to explain that on here that we had to go back and reshoot it. So, but yeah, we're just going to film just a real short podcast here, just something to get out, people to go and listen to get a little bit more information on it, a little more in detail.
Okay. Well, just when you do the podcast, at least give some more insight of why in the world you're doing the podcast and why we did that video. All right, for all of you who don't know, there's this thing going on about silencers, whatever you want to call that thing. Because listen, 90% of the people out there that have no idea. Now there's that 10% that keeps up with it all. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that have zero idea what's going on. They had their own problems last to bed, not worried about a silencer.
Right. Yeah, that's what.
So dumb it down.
Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard it here first. Richard explained what we're about to talk about, and he told us we need to dumb it down. So that's what we're about to do.
Dumb it down to where I can understand. You know, I know zero about it.
Yeah. No, we will. We will. All right, I'll call you when we get done.
Yep, the video was perfect.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
So again, there, you heard it. We got to dumb it down because but he's right though. It's like we deal with it a lot. You more so than myself, but this is something that not a lot of people really have and we don't have all the details, but not many people know really what's going on.
In reality, the details we have are the ones that you probably could find online somewhere too. There's no good information out yet from the source that it needs to come from, which is the ATF. So
tell us really quick what we're even talking about.
Yeah, so almost 100 years ago, the U.S. government decided that there were certain items that needed to be registered items, and those items were registered because they were considered more dangerous or more of a threat to the American public. So suppressors was a part of that, and I think we all can agree at this point, everybody's talked about it for a long time, a suppressor is just a muffler. It's not making anything more dangerous for anybody, it's actually making it more safe for everybody. So, but almost 100 years ago, we started having to do this registration. The way that the American government got around doing a registration, which is not a legal thing on these, is they called it a tax. So they said it's a tax, and all we're doing is keeping a record of the fact that you paid that tax. That's why you've heard about tax stamps for so long. It's a $200 tax stamp started then, and the price hadn't changed all the way up until this year. At the beginning of this year, they dropped that tax stamp down to $0. Well, immediately upon that being officially passed and everything, several injunctions were filed, or several lawsuits were filed for injunctions on that, saying that you can't have a $0 tax. That's not constitutional either. So essentially at this point, a district court in Texas, and I think there's a couple more cases that are out, maybe one that's already finished too, but at least one district court, not Supreme Court of the nation, but district court in Texas has said that you cannot have a $0 tax stamp because it's not a tax. So then that rolls it off of that NFA is what it's effectively it's rolling it off of NFA. So what that means is, in the past, you had to file an application and fingerprints and passport photos and do all this stuff to get a suppressor. Now it's going to be treated more like buying a gun, where you still have to pass a background check to prove that you are eligible to own and possess one. But after that, it looks like we'll be able to transfer them just with a gun form instead of with all the long application that takes weeks. It could just take minutes.
Yeah.
Now that is still pending. We're not starting that right now yet. Although by the time we post this, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this is posting out immediately. It's almost 10 a.m. August 13th. So
Historic. I mean, literally, it's a huge deal. We're so thankful for. Gun Owners of America has done a big part in this. Silencer Shop, Silencer Co, B&T, ASA, along with several other. There's dozens of people that have really put legwork into making sure that this happens for you. For dealers, for consumers, and Nolan.
And Joseph. You don't get around the Form 4, and so we all got to go get it. I think a big win was going and not having to pay the $200 tax stamp.
Yeah, that was huge.
But what was the biggest win to me, and I think for most people would say, is not having to wait. My first suppressor took 13 months.
Yeah.
Nick, my brother-in-law, I think his was like 16 or 17 months, 15 months, something like that. So, what's the longest one? Can you recall?
I don't remember. It's around that 16-month mark. The problem would be there'd be lots of them that would wait for almost a year and then get denied on them. So that's even worse, because then you got to go through this whole process to get your fingerprints and stuff done, and a personal identification number and stuff. So I'm excited about this. And to be honest, a lot of my job here at Spotted Dog for the past 5 years, and even out to the past 10 years, has been suppressors. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of keeping track of everything and making sure everybody's going. Jacob and I were answering phone calls. Jacob, by the way, I appreciate you leaving and going to Nashville on this historic day. But it's been planned. We're glad he's there, actually.
We are. And hopefully him being there to tell him what is he doing there.
Yeah, so they're at a buy group show there, so we place a lot of big orders at a big show there. And actually a lot of people like the NSSF, ASA, Silencer Shop, Silencer Co, all those guys are there. Even the ATF will have representatives there. So that might be the quickest way we're going to get word back is through those guys.
I think it is. Like I said in the 14th take of the video that we did not post, that's what I said. I was like, we have a few guys, Ryan and Jake, there. They are there in Nashville, and if there's anybody, because you're not getting ATF right now. Like, you're calling.
You can't call them.
Nothing's going to happen. You're not going to get a response of any. You're not going to get a response anyways. But specifically today, right now, you're joining the 50 billion mile long wait list of people that's not going to get through to them. So, good thing for us is we have two guys, Ryan and Jake, that are there, and hopefully they can go to whoever they need to talk to and be like, hey, we need some information on this. So, I'm glad that Jake and Ryan, they're not here. So more work for you. I hate that.
Well,
but
more phone calls.
It is. The phones, they have not stopped. I talked to you at like 6 something this morning.
Yeah.
And anyhow, when I got down here at 7 something, you've already had phone calls.
Yeah.
And
everybody in the whole industry, I know every ATF agent's phone is blowing up. Every rep's phone is blowing up. Emails going crazy. I know it is.
Yeah. So tell us one thing we were talking about earlier. We were talking about the 7-day waiting period or whatever. So give us some information on that. Because that ended this last night. So essentially this morning at 12:01 a.m. That 7-day period for the ATF to appeal all this new stuff ended. So give us
when the district court made the decision to put an injunction on this $0 tax stamp that was kind of washing the NFA, they also said we're going to put a 7-day stay on this injunction. So nothing happens for 7 days. It's legal now, but for 7 days we're going to give the Department of Justice the opportunity to appeal. The Department of Justice did not appeal within that 7 days. That's what ended at midnight last night. That's why we're making a video today. Because the stay is over. So it looks legally like we could run gun forms on it. They do still have, so they technically had 2 months to appeal it. The stay was only for 7 days. So they could still appeal it at any time. I mean, they could pop up. Now, scuttlebutt is that Congress and President Trump has said they're not going to. But again, that's rumor mill stuff. That's not, any source on that. So
talking about that Congress or Trump said that they're not going to appeal it?
Yeah, so a congressman said that Trump said the Department of Justice is not going to appeal it.
And we know how their word is.
Yeah,
on a lot of things.
Politicians, so the next dollar that comes along might change that. But For now, I mean, it's exciting for us. We love suppressors. We love selling suppressors. Let me tell you something. I know that suppressors are a hot topic and they seem like this big dangerous thing because they're on the NFA. My favorite thing about suppressors is that I can hand a suppressor to a 10-year-old boy. He puts it on his 308. He can handle that recoil. The noise doesn't bother him anymore. And he can actually go and hunt with a very ethical rifle with his dad in the stand, in a blind, and not make him scared to death to shoot.
Yeah.
There's a young girl that she's autistic, and loud noises are a problem for her.
Yeah.
And this is literally, my wife and I were talking last night, this is a possibility for her to be able to shoot a gun, which she likes hanging out with dad, she wants to do these things. It's a possibility for her to be able to shoot a gun with dad.
Yeah.
And I mean, it makes that kind of thing possible. And really, it's not, no gun is quiet when you shoot it. Suppressors help a ton. 22s especially act right when they're suppressed, but it's not quiet. It's not like not like the movies, thank God. But it's exciting.
Yeah.
And this being available to more people and easier for people to get a hold of is going to be a good thing for everybody. It's going to make your neighborhood and your woods quieter, hopefully, especially around deer season. Opening day of squirrel season will probably be the same with shotguns, but rifles will be quieter anyway.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy Wes the other day. He said, he's like, you may have to come bail me out of jail. I said, for what? This was Sunday morning. It happened Sunday morning. He told me that, I think, Monday. But he said Sunday morning before church, I went out there. He said, I got some hogs. They live in Rocky Branch. He's like, we got some hogs that have been tearing up on the backside of the pond. And he went out there with his AR and I'm talking about unloaded and just wreaked havoc on them. And of course, nobody's actually calling the law on him. But he was joking. He's like, I've got to get a suppressor. But that's one thing. He's like, I'm glad I don't have to pay the tax stamp anymore. He's like, but it's so hard for me just to think about going and waiting. Which now, I mean, what's the waiting period?
2 or 3 weeks average.
Okay,
like that.
dude, that's nothing. Like,
it's so short compared to what it was.
Yeah,
but still, I don't want to give anybody $1,000 and wait 2 weeks.
I don't either. Yeah. Well, it's like Zach Poole. They're getting ready to go on the antelope hunt, and did he come down to do it? So he came down to do his, but that's his thing. Is he called and he's like, man, I want to wait for tax free, which again is coming up very, very soon in like 2 or 3 weeks. But he's like, I want to wait till then. But man, I don't want to, because he needs a gun, I think, by the end of the suppressor by the end of September. It's like, I don't want to wait for tax free and something happen to get pushed out further. He's like, so I want to come down and do it now. And yeah, I'm ready. There's been a lot of really good changes, but I am specifically ready for this today to go through. Like what we're dealing with today, for it to go through, whether it's today or next week or next month, I don't know. But I'm ready for that to happen. So again, I can walk up there. I can buy. Is this the Scythe?
STM.
STM. That's okay. And then you have the Sparrow. Like I'm ready just to walk up there, pay you $299. Isn't that what they are?
That was $299.
Yeah, I'm ready to go up there and just pay you $299 for this. Go through the 4479.
4473.
4473, very
standard
close.
gun form.
Yeah, I'm ready to go through the standard gun form, give you my driver's license, social, fill out the stuff, and in 3 to 4 minutes you come back and say you're good. So, all right, so let me ask you this. Are you going to have to go through the kiosk anymore if that's the case?
Not for suppressors. It'll be just standard gun. You can buy, so I'm going to buy my Brigera 300 Win Mag, and I want an Omega to go on the end of it. Goes on the same gun form, run it one time.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I was thinking you'd still have to go through the kiosk. So what does that mean for someone like Silencer Shop? They're at the forefront of doing all this, but they're the ones that have the kiosk. I'm assuming they're making money off of that, or there's got to be some benefit to it for them financially. So what does that look like for them? Are they just about to be just a marketplace for cans now?
Yeah, so first of all, shout out Silencer Shop.
Yeah.
These guys are trying as hard as they can to work themselves out of some money. And I mean, they're only doing that because they care about gun rights and American citizens and the Constitution. So, I mean, they're doing everything they can to work out of some of this stuff that they've been the leader in for a long time. So all of our paperwork since 10 years ago or so when we got our first kiosk has been processed through Silencer Shop. So they're the ones who have actually put your paperwork together and submitted it to the ATF with, the store's approval and your approval. And they've done a great job at it too. So not only are they doing that, but every one of these situations that's arisen over the past, when the $0 tax stamp happened and the ATF's website shuts down again for the 50th time after all this happens, they're the ones that take all the phone calls. They're the ones that have to deal with all of my questions. Y'all ask me, I ask them. It's not like I know the answers, I ask them. So Silencer Shop has been fantastic, but I'll tell you that Silencer Shop is not just a paperwork processing bunch of lawyers. They're a distributor for suppressors, the nation's biggest distributor of suppressors, and so they're not going to lack for business in this. As a matter of fact, it'll probably grow because they'll sell more cans.
Yeah.
So they're I don't think Silencer Shop's going to be hurting because of this or something like that. They'll thrive under it, I think, and it'll make their job easier too. And there's still a lot of stuff that they do, still some things that are not going to be on this. I mean, there's going to be a lot of Form 4 items that are still NFA items. Suppressors is not the only thing on there.
Like what?
So SBR, SBS, short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns are not exempt even under the stay.
Okay.
Or the injunction. So they are still, they're under the Gun Control Act, not the NFA. So it's a little bit different paperwork, and Silencer Shop, some of the ones working to try to work that out to where they're good. Machine guns are NFA items right now and are not covered under this. They were not even covered under the $0 tax stamp. So they're still a $200 tax stamp and still an NFA registered item. So they'll still sell those. They sell a ton of them, more than probably anybody in the U.S. So they'll still sell those, and they'll still be working to get that thing moved off too, off of the registration. So they got lots of work to do, but it's historic, new, not legislation. It's getting rid of legislation, really, more than anything. So.
Yeah. I'm super excited. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to leave in just a little bit and head back to Monroe, but it's like, man, I really wish I could go and buy. I don't need another can.
Yeah,
like, no, I don't.
You need you do too.
You do too. Calm down, just fought it off for you. No, like, I got a few cans sitting in my safe that I only have anything to go. I'm not saying I don't have anything to go on them. Like, I have multiple cans that I'm not doing anything with. They're just sitting in that beautiful little Silencer Co. And dead air box right now. But
my poor suppressors and guns all watch me mow my yard a lot.
well, we used to shoot a bunch, and then
you used to.
Yeah, you used to, and you just get a little bit older and get a little bit busier, and things change. It's like we shoot bows a ton. Like I shoot my bow a ton, and
the only thing quieter than a silencer on a gun is bows. So.
With the right fletching. So listen, that's a whole another podcast right there. We've hit on a little bit, but
yeah, we always say that suppressors is the second quietest department in Spotted Dog. Go see Richard Michael, get your bow set up. That'll be quieter, a little more stealth there.
Yeah, it will.
We're a close second, right behind them.
But I don't necessarily anymore, but I'm excited.
So I did want to explain the injunction was filed by a district court, not by the Supreme Court. So it is limited to the plaintiffs that were in that case, which was, and I think lead plaintiff was Gun Owners of America and Silencer Shop were kind of the main guys, but they also had several other people with them, Silencer Co. and B&T. There's a couple of different organizations that were with them.
That's suppressor companies, correct? Like suppressor manufacturers?
Yeah, there was a couple of manufacturers in there. There were a couple of organizations that fight for rights for U.S. citizens. That only those plaintiffs are covered. And that's going to be the most confusing part of this. But if you buy a suppressor from Silencer Shop, it's covered because they're under Silencer Shop.
Any suppressor?
Any suppressor from Silencer Shop.
Whether it's a Dead Air or a Silencer Co.
Yeah, anything that they have and you buy it from them, it'd be covered. Anything that we have in stock that we bought from Silencer Shop, which is pretty much everything outside of our two big brands we buy direct, and even some of those would be covered. It looks like anything Silencer Co. and B&T would be covered because they're plaintiffs there. And it also looks like anybody who is a current or future member of Gun Owners of America would be covered. So Gun Owners of America, by the way, if you don't know it, is kind of they're the greatest lobbying group for guns that ever has been. They've done more in their time in Washington than anybody ever has. NRA did a lot of stuff for a long time. Gun Owners of America is sticking to their guns on this stuff. They're pushing the envelope on all this stuff for your rights. To protect your constitutional rights, and they're amazing, and they're a part of this. But it looks like current members or future members, so if you join Gun Owners of America, you would be under this injunction as well. So that I think their membership, I think their website crashed last night from people joining Gun Owners of America.
It's up and live this morning, though.
Yeah,
so,
you ran one while you were on the phone with me in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes. It took no time. You just pulled up my phone and just autofill information, and it did everything from my name to address, email address, to debit credit card information.
Yep.
And got it. It was like $26 and something cents altogether.
Yeah, it's 25 plus your fees.
Yeah, $25 plus fees. What are your thoughts on why there's some suppressor companies they're not like? Why didn't they get involved with this?
It's expensive, first of all, and most of the companies are going to be covered under a lot of the blanket. So, and every company didn't have to jump in, I don't think.
So it's not that some of these companies that they don't want this. I mean, I'm assuming they all want this, but
Yeah.
there's other things that held them back, whether it was financial or it's just like, hey, there's no benefit in us getting in on this because they fall under silencer shop, maybe, or
Yeah, a lot of them. I can't say that there are no companies that are trying to protect NFA suppressor stuff. I feel like there was one company that was definitely trying to protect NFA to keep their business rolling, but we won't mention any names. But that didn't help their reputation any. But I think that most people are way pro this because it's going to be, it makes it just a gun accessory at this point, a serialized gun accessory, but a gun accessory nonetheless. I think all those companies are big, and I think every one of them probably has, even if they weren't a named plaintiff, they were supporting this thing. At the very least, they were supporting Silencer Shop in it. And then a lot of people, I know there are a lot of folks that donated this thing too, that every company that I know of in the suppressor industry is great. I don't actually know of a brand that's not a good brand. The guys all seem to be good guys. They're smart. A lot of these companies are not huge, and they got a lot of people that are doing the engineering, design, and manufacturing and selling and paperwork side of this thing all kind of in one bubble. So, man, these suppressor industry has been great. I'm excited to see this thing kind of wash away some of the difficulty of it, although it'll make the relationship we have with them a little easier, so we won't get to spend as much time together with some of them. But anyway, it's cool, man. It's really neat. I'm excited.
well, hopefully we can all, like myself included, let's not forget the people that are doing this. So when you get ready to go buy a can a year from now, 2 years from now, whatever, after everything, hopefully all this stuff is going through. Hopefully it's not going to take a year or two. I'm just talking about an extended period of time down the road.
Yeah.
Let's try not to forget that, like Silencer Shop, these different companies, they're the ones that were leading this. So when you do get to walk in to Spotted Dog and you get to go buy a suppressor, you just literally get to come in, say, hey, I want this, and walk out and leave with it 10, 15 minutes later, or whatever it is. Don't forget that, Tim. So when you do get ready to shop for one, be like, hey, I want to make sure that I go through a dealer that sells through Silencer Shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And most of them do. I mean, there's, our business would have been possible without Silencer Shop.
Yeah.
They made the industry possible during a very difficult time. Hopefully easier times coming, but they made it possible during the hardest of times for everybody. Can't say enough good things about Silencer Shop or Gun Owners America. GOA is supposed to have an influx of membership and money coming in, but I'm excited about that, not just for the guys at Gun Owners America, but because I know that most of that influx of cash is going to go right back into trying to help the industry and gun owners to be protected.
Yeah.
That influx of cash is going to mean more for the next legislation that's coming than we could possibly know.
Yeah. Suppressor-wise, what's going on outside of all these new changes, like actual technology, things like that? What shift gears? What gets you excited about suppressors? Is there a can that's something that's new that you're like, dude, this is pretty sick?
So last really big hit to the innovation in the market was probably the 3D printing. So classically, you'd had cans like the Sparrow, these are CNC lathe, something like that, to manufacture these guys and the parts that are inside them. A lot of them had baffles inside that were individually built, a tube on the outside, and then the baffles welded into it to keep them as kind of one piece. Huxworks and a lot of those guys started kind of innovating with what they call 3D printing, but really it's a laser sintering process. It's a welding process is what it is, that takes a powder and forms it into one piece. So like this Scythe STI from minus the end cap and the direct thread, this is one piece of a titanium alloy. Oh no, this one's a stainless alloy, I'm sorry. A stainless alloy that was welded from a powder. So it's one solid chunk of metal, and they even double down and weld where the baffles hit inside on it too. So doing that, subtractive manufacturing, where you're taking away materials, there was only so much you could do on the inside of a suppressor. So normally it was just almost like a muffler where you just have a baffle set that is kind of angled with a hole in the middle. Well, 3D printing stuff, they can do all kinds of different stuff with the air that's inside it too. They can create some intricate things inside, and they have. If you've ever seen the cutaway of like a Huxworks flow, it's amazing on the inside. It looks like a sci-fi city on the inside. It's really cool. Does some cool stuff with the pressure inside there to keep it from coming back in your face on a gas gun. That was the last really big thing to hit the market. Now there's some ambient suppressors now has one that's kind of the next generation of new stuff that keeps their cans cool, and it uses a jet technology. So it's sucking air from the back through the can and keeps it cool. So it's, I think their cans are like 400 or 500 degrees cooler than everybody else's while they're shooting.
Shut up.
Yep, pretty cool. So that keeps their cans cooler, it makes them last longer, it makes them safer. And it also, the air, the way the air jets through there, it actually creates some cool channels that might help your accuracy some. So that's another big thing that's happening right now.
What about shotgun suppressors? Is there anything new or cool with those that's not a huge chunk of metal sticking out that's hard to aim with?
No. Yes, no. Shotgun suppressors are neat, and they actually work pretty well because the tone of a shotgun is already pretty low. Silencer coat salvo has been out a long time. They're heavy and they're long, they're kind of bulky, but the guys that shoot them love them because you shoot a lot with a shotgun. You know, shooting a duck blind with 6 other guys and you all shoot 3 or 4 shots at a set of ducks as they come in, then it's a lot of noise. So hearing protection has been necessary for people that duck hunt a lot for a long time. Suppressor makes that easier. There are some lighter alternatives. JK Armament makes one that's lighter. The challenge with a shotgun is your shot starts to spray as soon as it leaves the barrel. So how do you keep that shot out of the suppressor? So salvo has like a set of rods that run through it that keeps your cup closed, your wad closed when it runs through there, so then it doesn't spray until it gets out. JK Armament, they have a unique design on their baffles where each is kind of a duck lip thing, and it just closes that cup as it goes through. So it's a challenge to make a shotgun suppressor, and it's not high pitched, but it's a big boom. So they're not super quiet, but they do really good. And then recoil is a big deal with shotgun suppressors. It takes a recoil out of 12 gauge is nice.
Yeah, we shot that one. It's been a couple years ago now, but we
the
shot
JK on an 1100.
Is that what it was? The JK?
Yeah.
It really wasn't bad to shoot. No. It would take some getting used to swinging. Like I said, if you're duck hunting or something like that, it would take some getting used to. But I thought about that at some point, not all that long ago. We were talking about, like, man, it'd be awesome to have a shotgun suppressor. And a lot of the ammo you get is so close to 1,100 and something feet per second anyways. I was like, dude, why couldn't we drop it down just a little bit? So instead of running that 1,300 to 1,400 feet per second, why couldn't we just drop it down just a little? Was it 1180 something?
1080.
1080. Okay, so it's 1080. Why couldn't we drop it down to 1080? 1075, right there at that line, and get subsonic shotgun ammo. Do you know how wild that would be creeping up on some geese? Like, where typically we kill 70 or 80 going out there, and they don't know what's going on, and you're just mowing them down. That would be awesome.
Within the legal limits of mowing them down.
Hey, conservation. There's conservation hunts, and you wax them, even duck hunting or squirrel hunting or whatever else. So it would be.
Yeah, it'd be really neat, and it's again for kids, the recoil on shotgun's a big deal. So it's awesome.
Well, I'm super excited about this. My phone is on Do Not Disturb. I don't think you have yours. We're going to check it when we get off of this to see if there's any kind of updates on anything. If it is, we will immediately press record again, shoot another video, and give you all that. But I don't know. There's a few people that say that we're going to get fast information. There's a few people that think that it's going to be a little while. I don't know, but
I think we'll know something by the end of the day, but that's just my guess.
Yeah, it's not.
But watch close, because we're gonna, as soon as we know something, we'll tell you. I know. Call us if you want to call us. That's no problem. We're happy to answer questions, but just know that as soon as I know something, I'm gonna push that information out because we want to do it too. So hopefully we'll get some good information today and shoot that out. If not, as soon as we get it, we'll shoot it out.
Yep, absolutely. I think what we probably should do is when we get through with this, because I am about to have to go back, let's go ahead and shoot a video for everyone of saying, like, it's here. Like, come down. You can buy a can right now and just hold on to it. That way, again, as soon as we get word, we can post it immediately and let y'all know.
We'll have it ready.
So that may be what we'll do. We may hit stop on this and
confetti, all kinds of things. Yeah.
Or get some suppressors, just shoot them up in here. So thank you for watching a very abnormal episode of the Spotted Dog podcast. Tax-free weekend is coming up.
Yeah.
First weekend in September. You have anything you want to say on that?
I don't. This might change everything about No Tax Day. We don't know. So
It might. Who knows what? I mean, y'all sell a ton of blinds. I mean, guns.
Yeah.
Like y'all sell.
We're gun safes right now. Even starting right now, actually, gun safes. We got them marked down. We're kind of changing the way we're gonna carry gun safes. So if you're thinking about buying a gun safe, come look now. The price on those, even before tax-free weekend, is way down from what
Really?
it was. Yeah. And so Louisiana still has the $500 tax credit on safes right now too. I don't know if that will apply on tax-free weekend when you don't pay tax. But right now, if you buy one, you can get $500 up to a $500 credit of what you spend on one. So with the markdown that we have on the safes right now, I mean, they're marked down to move right now. If you're looking at a safe, come look, because it's a good price.
Yeah, you need one because you're about to buy a whole lot of suppressors, and you need something to do with your suppressors.
That's right.
So again, thank you for watching another episode of Spotted Dog Podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you. Stay tuned. Like I said, we're about to shoot another video, and just hold on to it. So as soon as this puppy goes live, we will upload it and let the world know. So thank you, and we'll see y'all next time. Later.